I wish that all educators knew about the huge impact deafness has on language, both receptively and expressively, because their deafness and the fact they don't hear the language impacts all academics. You know, it impacts reading, it impacts social studies, science, math, and you know, I think until you have experienced it, it's a very difficult thing to grasp. Even the hard of hearing child, depending on when they got hearing aids or when they had a cochlear implant, you know, there's still that discrimination piece, because once I'm in the regular classroom, if I have some hearing, you know, there's also lots of other noise that goes on that causes me not to hear it the way I might hear it in a quiet classroom. You know, just the rustling of paper causes, you know, those children not to hear things or discriminate. So that, I think, is the piece that's real hard to get them to understand until they've had that child for a period of time, and then they start seeing it in their reading or in their writing. You know, and as an educator, I feel like it's my job as well as the interpreter's job for us to help that teacher become more educated on, you know, well, this is how a deaf child would write. But I think that is the biggest piece, is just helping them understand it.
One modification that can be very helpful is to collaborate with the teacher of deaf and hard of hearing students in terms of vocabulary. Lack of vocabulary or a gap in vocabulary is a big issue with deaf and hard of hearing students, because by the time a hearing child is of a certain age, they've heard like thousands and thousands of words in context and can know what that context is. So it's be helpful to give the teacher of the deaf, or to give the child or the child's family a list of vocabulary, let's say, that's going to be in the upcoming science unit.
Okay, Trevor's saying cried doesn't mean you cry as in tears. It means you yell because you're happy. Okay, very good. You understand that, Ryan? Does Mo or does he go?
Yeah.
Wee! I'm what? Yesterday, Ms. Hughes helped me and told me, yes, and Ms. Hughes did a wonderful job. Good. I am proud of you for remembering. That's wonderful. All of our interpreters have been trained in a tool that we use with deaf students called visual phonics, where there are different hand shapes so the deaf students can see the sound. You know, but you know, it helps to know, okay, what sounds are we going to work on, you know, and you know, even what words. Fell out of what?
A baby bird, it fell down in out it nest.
Yes, nest. Okay? Look. Nest. Can you say that?
Nest.
Good. Okay, did you see 4 sounds in that word? Nest. 4 sounds, okay? All right. Visual phonics is a tool that we use with the reading program that we use to help the deaf student that signs or has no hearing see the sound. Now that we have used it for a few years, I can see that it would benefit any child who has a difficult time learning to read. It enables the child to see the sounds on your hands. For example, the word cat, if we use visual phonics, would be k-at. And so the child learns that a letter has a sound and a sound has a letter. We have used it and have really are seeing good results from it. It gives that deaf student something to attach that sound to. It is in how your brain connects that visual piece and that kinesthetic piece to learning. You know, in the past, deaf students, profoundly deaf students, are sight word readers, and you know, we've learned you can only memorize so many words. Even as smart as you are, you can only memorize so many words. So this has given us a tool to be able to help them, you know, put a sound to what they visually see, and you know, retain those words and the meanings of those words for a longer period of time. So it, you know, it's all in how that brain connects it to something. And you know, we have, you know, one student in particular who has been doing it for, this will be the 3rd year, and with that student we do see that it all connects. And that student has been able to maintain being on, if not above, grade level with reading, and he's profoundly deaf. So that just tells me that it works. So we are using it with all the students here, and you know, a little bit of experimenting even with some hearing students who are really having a difficult time learning to read. You know, because we all don't learn the same way.